As I joined the army, going to boot camp in the morning, he joined the hood, the homie was walked on, he'll join it now, I got all these drill sergeants, they be teaching me about all my warrior tasks, he got all these OGs in his ear that's teaching about the game, I be at the range, I'm learning my weapon, I'm taking my target shots, he be on the block, he shooting at enemies, watching that for all the cops, I graduate boot camp, now I'm a soldier, repping the army for real, he gets his first skill of arrival, and now as respected, he loves the thrill, I go to my duty station in Korea, I'm partying, loving the chicks. He goes and does 2 years in the county for robbing and doing some licks. I get in a few fights in the club, I'm young, I'm acting a fool. He holding it down in the county, he beating the rivals and thinking they cool. 2 different lives in world, 2 different paths they both have served. One for the army, one for the 60s, both of the lies I turned. Now they got stepping in the club and I'm feeling good. Tony T is on the beat and he is from the hood. Plenty women in the club with the tight fits. Booty big, chest big, ladies showing love. About to get my drink on till I say so. And that won't be the late bro, so I'ma drink more. Dancing with the fine free, she from Vallejo. I'm feeling good, making money on the payroll. Say homie, MC8 is in the club too. A legend in the building, making all the club move. Bobbing heads, hot chicks on the dance floor. White woman, black woman in the brown too. Can't forget about the Asian woman looking nice. I'm loving all the flavors in the club, they looking right. And it's your birthday, girl, time to celebrate. Buying drinks for your baby, have a good night. I'm so nice, I'm King Will, reppin' Colorado. I'm playing cake with Kev Mack up in California. And we can get this thing poppin' for the club, though. Shake your booty, baby girl, little booties.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I don't know. Let me tell you, the second I clicked in, hey, Carlotta, G-Lew started this show. I had no Wi-Fi connection. Look, and my laptop's gonna die. I'm going crazy trying to get this. Let me plug this in. There we go. Okay, now that's charging. Yeah, so no sound check, no nothing. I'm texting you like I have no internet. He's like, what? Yeah, so the minute that I logged into the show, the music started.
Same here, and I'm trying to figure this out right now because
like
every time I do it this way, it's kind of small. But if I turn it to the side, but it looks kind of off when I turn it sideways.
Oh, I was going to have to try this. We do this interview on the cell phone.
See, I'm on a cell phone now, and the thing is, I want to do it on my computer. I got my computer right here, but I will need a text to go to my computer so I can click on it. And since I don't,
do you have what is this? iPhone MacBook?
Yeah.
What I do is I take the message, I copy and paste it into my notes.
Vegas.
Hey DJ, I can't see anything. It's just gonna be terrible. I'm trying to get it up on my phone. It's not gonna be terrible. It's gonna be great because we got King Real here. So
right.
Yeah, so that's how I get into the laptop. I just copy and paste it into my notes. Then I open my notes in the computer, and then it logs me into the show. Yeah, it took me a long time to figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do that for next time because
I used to text it to myself, and I was like, "It's got to be an easier way."
Right.
So yeah, I was telling you, I don't know how we got to Saturday so fast.
I know.
Because after the show Sunday I went to do a video shoot, which is so much fun with Mama Boo Boo. And I don't know, like I was like, how did we get to Friday? It's Friday already? I think that was last night I hit you. Like, how did that happen? So fast this week went by. So and I got to see Flossie. Like that was so cool. Yeah. He came swaggering up. And you know, I have really bad eyesight, so it's something about his walk. And I was sitting at the door with my son. And I said, dang, her voice sounds like Flossie. But it was someone sitting in their car.
Right.
And then that stroll, as he came strolling up. So that was so cool, yeah. So it was really dope. That's my second video shoot now. So hey, I'm getting famous.
Nice.
No, I'm not.
So
I'm
wait
not.
a minute, whose video shoot was it?
It was Mama Boo's.
Mama Boo Boo's. Okay, I never
Yeah.
knew.
Yeah. A girl was in the background. You know me. I'm always trying to be in the background. So
Right.
you on a little piece, you can see me like the camera goes by. You can see me in the background. I'm always trying to be in the background or something. But there's this one piece that we did. I hope doesn't get cut because it was so dope to do it. So
Nice.
I don't even know. I didn't even ration this toast drink. Let's bring King Real in so we can toast with him. Hey, low riders. Hey, true to the game. Hey, the Goob Show. How you guys doing today? Oh, look, I'm messing up my. I came in so French. A low rider. Hey, King Real.
Hi, King Real. How are you?
How y'all doing?
We're
Good.
So excited about this interview.
Yes.
Well, it's not an interview, it's a conversation in the Hookah Lounge.
A much needed conversation.
Yes, we talked about that a while ago. So
right.
I was like, this, and then we've been talking about doing this right here for a minute. Mental health, in our community especially, so we really want to jump into that.
And it's mental health awareness month, so so what better time?
How crazy is that? We didn't even plan that. Hey.
No,
so,
it's not
planned. It came at a perfect time. We want to toast to you.
What y'all drinking? What you got in there?
I got vodka and lemonade.
Oh, I got vodka and lemonade too. I got the same. Toast to y'all.
There we go. We're going to toast it up tonight. And then we're going to jump into, because, we have an hour and there's a lot of things that I want to talk about.
Right.
And hear you talk about, because I hear myself talk all the time. But we want to hear you talk, because I had just finished watching your, Hip Hop Nutrition when I hit you up.
Oh, okay.
I said, this is a lot of things that you said in there was like so on point, and like he's not a doctor.
Right, and what's funny? I'm not a healthcare professional or none of that. You know what I'm saying? This is just organic for me.
But you did something a lot of people. I always put the strongest one in there, and that first hit is a doozy, the Hookah Lounge. You did something a lot of people don't do. You took the time to do some research.
Right.
What a lot of people like to say, well, such and such told me.
Right. Yeah.
So
I thought the research aspect was very important, because people will challenge you, especially on the internet. Right. Somebody out there, they'll be like, "Yo, why'd you say this? It's really like this," So
exactly. Research. And that's or they'll come out with some research that somebody else told them, and then like if I Google what they told you,
said, yeah.
Right, then I look at it and say, that's not what this said. Yeah, because someone told you what that statistic said. So, thank you, OG Steve.
OG Steve, what up?
Yeah, that's my guy.
Through.
Yeah. So, one thing that really excited me, and of course, Angela, jump in whenever you want to. She kicks my tail because I take notes, and I don't take notes, but I did write some stuff down. I don't know where I tossed that notebook trying to get my internet up. But one thing you talked about is depression in the women in our community. So, when I say I'm Cuban and Black, so of
course.
Yeah.
That's definitely, I feel like mental health as a whole in the Black community is it's almost like taboo. It's almost treated like taboo. Like don't say you're messed up. You know what I'm saying? Because then they're gonna look at the white man's gonna look at you this way or whatever. I think it boils down to that. That's just like a generational curse, kind of, so to speak. Yeah. You guys hear an echo on me? I'm just making sure.
No.
Okay. All right. Good.
There's one on me, but it's even when I speak. So I think it's my headphones.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's a generational curse with within the Black community, like frowning upon getting help, even not only just for mental illness, but also for physical. You know, because I know, man, my dad used to never go to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Like, ever. Doesn't matter. Unfortunately, he passed of cancer, but by the time he went to the hospital to get help, like, it was already full blown. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, so things like that. And my dad was older. Like, if he was still alive, he would be, I think, 85 right now. So he was older. He's from that generation where they didn't go to the hospital. They just got help, you know, or didn't get help at all. You know what I'm saying?
And they passed it to my dad died cancer also, same thing, didn't go to the doctor. They did that. They passed it down though, because I was that same mother that was like, go take a Motrin and lay down, you'll be all right in the morning.
Right.
And it took me my ankle, I broke my ankle in 3 places, took a Motrin and lay down, didn't go to the doctor. And my son ended up needing surgery because I did that to him. They just instilled that in us. Just go lay down, you'll be fine in the morning.
Yeah,
it's some ginger ale.
Yeah, it's just your condition, I believe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like even like I've been in the Army 22 years now, so even when I first joined the Army, if you said that you suffer from depression, I mean, you were like chastised, like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, why you got to, you know, like it was bad. But the climate back then was like, suck it up and drive on. You know what I'm saying? So it's changed a lot. It's changed a lot over the years, but you know, so I grew up in that as well.
Yeah, my dad's an Army man, and that's his philosophy was get over it.
Right.
You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and that's and his dad was an Army man. So you know, I had 2 generations of the suck it up, you'll be fine.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and
that's unfortunate. I can't say, because I'm still in, I can't say the climate's changed like for the better now, but it's sad it took all that time, you know what I'm saying, to let soldiers know, like, if you're hurt or something's wrong with you, to come out and say something, get help, you know.
Right. Yeah, because then you get I like when you talk about PTSD, you know, then you get those who don't get help. And then either they, you know, hurt their whole families, they hurt themselves.
Yep.
You know, they hurt others.
Yep.
Because,
and it's also an issue when it comes to PTSD. Big pharmaceuticals. I mean, they push those narcotics on you, and it fucks you up more. And I mean, I know the VA does that. The VA is notorious for that. They push all kind of narcotics on you, and that's why on my channel on Hip Hop Nutrition, I try to push natural remedies. You know, natural ways you can get rid of ailments and stuff like that. Now I know sometimes people still need pharmaceuticals, but if I could get people to understand there's other ways, then I feel I've done my job as far as that goes.
And you know, me and Angela got together. She had done I don't know if she did the show or with G-Lew, but I got with her because she has the CBD. I saw you talking about the CBD.
Yeah.
She has the CBD creams. No, you came on my show.
See, man, CBD has so many benefits. Right? Unfortunately, I can't partake in CBD right now, but shit, when I retire, best believe you, I'll take part in all that shit. But it has a lot of benefits.
You can't take part in CBD? Why is that?
It's outlawed in the Army because they say there's companies that put out CBD. So let's say you get CBD isolate. CBD isolate doesn't have any THC, but there's certain companies that put out. I guess the only way to say it is like bad batches of CBD isolate that has THC in it, which would cause a soldier to piss hot. So the Army just said, okay, we're just gonna cut the whole thing. So we're not taking a chance, you know?
Right.
So that's pretty much all.
I wouldn't want you to take a chance, but the distillate is actually so low. It's actually 0.3% THC, which is not going to show up in any type of test. But the stuff that I do is topicals. So it's not going to reach the bloodstream.
Yeah,
anyway.
Topicals are cool.
Yeah, it's not going to reach the bloodstream at all anyway. So you can use it for topical pain, but you wouldn't want to take a chance, of course, you know, taking it internally.
Right. But they actually have a whole lot of vets that are fighting for that right now, like fighting to get the military to recognize that CBD has all these benefits and to legalize it, so we don't have to worry about like pissing hot or you know, stuff like that, or not even like you said, you can't even piss hot, but even knowing that we take it, then they can still, you know, they can still like get us in trouble for that. So,
Right.
Wow. Yeah, that's
times are changing. I think it'll come around.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully they legalize weed too. I want all that.
Right.
Come on, man.
But I'm retiring soon, so I can, you know, if I gotta hold off, but shit, man, all that has major benefits.
Yeah, and how many years?
OGC talking about ashwagandha. I take that every day, bro. Ashwagandha is awesome.
With anxiety and stress on a holistic note. Yeah, because I like a lot of things that, like, I don't take narcotics anymore, and that's why I got with like when I was the PTSD,
right,
and the pain and the psych meds, and when you, like you were saying, big pharma will put you on everything, and I don't share too much. Like I've gotten a little more open with myself.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not.
No, it's good. You got more open. I mean, that's a step forward, you know.
But it's hard, you know, because they had. That's why I said with this mental health show, all of that big pharma and those meds, they really mess with people, you know, and they'll destroy your life.
Yeah. They've destroyed America. That's why America's in an opioid epidemic. Because of big pharma, I believe.
Yeah, and it's hard to get off when they've got you addicted to, and when the pain doesn't stop, like if they have you on like 0.5 and it doesn't stop, they'll push you up to 10.
Yep.
You know, and that's when I was looking at your holistic and the foods to eat and things like that, because certain foods create like it makes inflammation, like it makes for everything.
Right, of course, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So see, that's where I'm at actually right now, because I'm on opioids as we speak, and I'm trying to come off of it. I've been taking them for a few years. That's what caused me to get into CBD. But just recently, I had surgery 6 weeks ago, and now, you know, I had to restart taking it. Once I had that surgery, I had to start taking it all over again. But trying to come off of it right now is just a challenge, because if I don't take it, I'm actually in more pain than what I would be if I just wasn't taking it all together.
Right.
So it's like it's a cycle right now. Right. So,
and I've had family members have the same struggles with that. That's you know, it's unfortunate, but and I think as far as pain, like, are you against doing marijuana, or are you just?
No. Well, you know what? The thing is, I do actually smoke marijuana too, but I don't smoke too much because I'm that type of person. I start having anxiety. Oh, you know, remember Friday running out of here like Craig did? I don't need no episode.
Looking like Smokey on Friday.
Right. I don't need an episode. So I don't take in as much, but they say
the CBD isolate is awesome for anxiety. I
have all of that stuff here. I have all of that here. I even got the CBD weed itself, which you can order in the mail, just the CBD weed itself, and smoke that all you want. But I've been actually trying different things. Like I had got this right here. I don't know if you can see this, DD. Have you seen these before?
Oh yeah. It's an energy type thing, yeah.
Right. And you can hear it. And I just ordered some crystals, you know, different stones, and I'm new to this part right here. I'm just trying to explore, because I'm trying to find ways of coming off my medication. So, but first thing in the morning is I have to take it. I feel like I have to take it.
No, I got you.
Yeah. My
especially if the pain is severe, you got it.
It wakes me up. I'm texting DD.
I know it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
we're both up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Because if
But
I
the
roll
pain
over,
wakes me
it'll
up.
wake me up. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I could be in a good sleep and just if I roll over or my dog jumps on the bed and he jumps too close to my spine, I'm up. Like, ow.
So you're a light sleeper, yeah.
No, it hurts.
Oh,
yeah,
I got you.
I have a spinal injury.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah. But and I'm a light sleeper
let me ask you guys this. Have either one of you got a food allergy test done?
No.
Food allergies,
I don't eat
no.
anything.
So they have food allergies. I just got one done like not too long ago, but it tells you they do like they take this device and they press it up against your skin. If your skin reacts to these, they test you for like 60 different things you could be allergic to. But if your skin reacts to these certain things, they measure the reaction and it tells them what foods you should be staying away from that your body reacts to, which it could cause more inflammation and all that. So for me, it was wheat, potatoes, and shellfish for me. So I've eliminated those from my diet. It's been like a couple months.
Have you felt a difference so far since you got that?
I do. I think for me, I think it's less inflammation because I go to the gym like 5 days a week. So it's less pain after the gym and all that, But that's I'm in the army. I got you.
Right. Right.
Well, I don't eat shellfish. I don't eat beef. I don't eat pork. So I've eliminated all of that, and I don't eat any type of bottom feeder. I don't eat. So I don't eat it. As I said, I don't eat anything. So that's people say, "What do you eat?" I eat chicken and fish. I love salmon.
Yeah.
And whiting.
So you're
almost
a pescatarian. Almost, right?
Almost. That's people are like, yeah, that's what it is. Is I have that chicken in there. Yeah, I do. But I don't I eat an Impossible Burger. I don't eat a lot of. I stay away from white flour. Eat very little of it because I know white flour is not good for you.
Yeah.
It was something that I had read on foods to stay away from that cause inflammation. And foods to eat, that are good for you. Like I don't eat a lot of eggs. I don't really like eggs.
I think with me, because this whole food journey has been this whole health journey for me has been like a progress. It's been years in the making. Because I used to look back in the day, I used to smoke a pack a day.
I saw that.
I ate Taco Bell every night, like all kind of shit. So So it's been, but nobody taught me this. I had to do the research myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to. On my channel, I try to put out information that people may not, people like how I was may not know, But but for me, the diet. Well, I wouldn't even say the diet. It's more of a lifestyle that works best for me is keto. I've been keto for about 2 years now. It's been awesome.
I was doing that keto. I started a couple of years ago. Like my keto, but what? I started to lose weight.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to lose weight. That's it.
I can't afford to lose too much weight. If I started, I was down to like 110, 111 pounds. They think I'm in the 80s, still in my own TV and VCR and smoking crack. So I had to stop.
That's the thing. It's not for everybody. That's why I'm not the type of person like everybody should be keto. No, everybody's body is different. You know what I'm saying?
My body I was completely disappeared. When I look like a 12-year-old girl or a boy, let me say I look like a 12-year-old boy. I had to say, this is not good for me.
Yeah.
In my kitchen, it had keto everything. Yeah.
Well, my biggest demon was sugar. Sugar was fucking me up. I was drinking soda, juice, all that. Like I had once I eliminated that was like 80% of my battle. You know what I'm saying?
I tell a lot of people that if you would just stop drinking all that soda and all that juice and all that sugar. Because we weren't allowed when we were kids. If you got sodas because we went to Bob's Big Boy or something, I don't know if y'all remember Bob's Big Boy.
Yes, they still have a Bob's Big Boy.
I want to say
it's still there. In Downey, I think there's a location.
Because I took Eric there when he was about 10 or 11, so I'm surprised it's still there.
What is this, like a fast food spot?
No, it's you're not from Cali, huh?
Well, so I was born in LA and we lived there till I was like 4, and then we moved. But my family's out there. We used to go back every summer. But I don't know it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Bob's big boy. He's a little boy, a little fat, pudgy boy with red white suspenders, and he sits outside.
I think I've seen that before. Yeah.
And those are like special occasion dinners, like, ooh, we're going to Bob's Big Boy, you know.
Oh,
so
okay, I got it.
They had like chili spaghetti.
Chili spaghetti.
It as a grown up is so gross, but as a kid, and they had like macaroni and cheese with hot dogs in there.
Oh,
like it was right. It was catered to children. That's why Bob's is outside.
I got it. Okay.
Something you like would never eat as a grown up. Like what the hell? So we loved it. That was the only time we got to drink soda. My mother was a water buff. He had something to drink, get some water. Only time you got juice was with dinner, and that was it. You know, so and that's how I raised my sons. So they drink a lot of water. But yeah, awesome. All that sugar, and like Kool-Aid. I hate Kool-Aid to this day because when my brother made Kool-Aid for dinner, like you were saying, all the sugar that makes my teeth hurt.
Like remember House Party? That one thing. I'll never forget that. But that's how it was at my house.
Oh yes, yes. I don't know. I know. I was thinking like when you were talking about the depression in the criminal system.
Yeah.
And how they don't really treat or help the people that are.
I think. Well, actually, I did a statistic. I think on one of my videos, but I say 90% of inmates suffer from mental illness. 90%. I think that was the statistic they put out. And then not only that, but 90% of the homeless that you see mental illness.
Oh, for sure.
So I mean, it's a huge issue in America, like huge issue.
And you know, in the criminal system, it's so. You know, and I'm just speculating. I'm not a professional. I have some idea with the younger kids, and you know, like when I had from 14 to 24. That's what I had housed with me. And when you have to sit and give them a call, like because you have to sit with them and give them that call, like their parent died or their brother got killed, you know, and after that call, you know, the hardest thing, and you know, I feel this with my brother too, because my brother's been down for almost 17 years. And I had to call him. Yeah. When my mom died, I had to call. When his dad died.
Being locked up and hearing that, I can't.
Yeah, and that's what I said. You know? Yeah, when I look at it, the hardest thing is like looking at these kids, and I would lock the doors so that they can grieve. And then they have to walk outside and act like they're just fine.
Right.
How does that work on? Because then you can't be weak. How does that work on their psyches while they're in there?
Right. And I think the criminal justice system doesn't take all these things into account. Yeah, I think they're so busy just locking people up. Like, oh, you broke the law, I'm gonna lock you up, instead of, hey, let's try to put this person in a program. You know what I'm saying, to evaluate him, evaluate his psyche or his or her psyche, and then go from there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sometimes they just close the case on some of these people, and they didn't do it.
Yep.
And then you turned them into a criminal now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then not only that, when they get out of prison, they can't get a job. So it's back to square one. And when they get out of prison, there's nothing in place like, counseling sessions, or as far as I know, they don't have like counseling sessions or nothing. They just put you in a halfway house and you got to fend for yourself, go see your PO, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then that's when you get, the homeless or the I'm a little tick tick boom.
Yeah, or repeat offenders. And all that.
Yeah. Or, sometimes they go back because they didn't have it, when they're like, oh, he's bad because he really didn't have any place to go.
Yeah.
3 hots in a car. I watched a little girl grow up there from the time she was 12 till she was 18 and went to the prison system.
Man.
Because she didn't have any, they could not release her because there was no one to pick her up. And every time she went to a placement home, she acted out so bad she came back.
That's sad.
Yeah.
You should have probably one of there's probably thousands of kids like that. That's sad.
Yeah. Yeah. That's when you say you sometimes we create the monsters.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I definitely believe
I'm a big proponent on since I've gotten older, like you don't know anybody's story unless you know them. You know what I'm saying? So when you see that gang member or you see this brother on the corner or whatever, don't pass judgment in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what he went through or she went through or you know what I'm saying or what they're currently going through. So that's why what I do on my end, I say a little prayer inside. You know what I'm saying? And smile at the brother and sister, and you know what I'm saying? Because a smile can make somebody's day. So
don't I say that? I say that all the time.
Passing judgment, like looking at them like, he's just a little gang member or whatever. That's just you're not helping the issue. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. My son always says like when people, some of these rappers have been gunned down lately. They're young or people pass judgment. Like, well, that's what he deserved. You know what he did before he was a rapper, this and that. One of my sons said, sometimes you got to look at some of these kids that were born into their situation. Like they were never given. Hey, DJ Maniac.
What's up,
like
DJ?
what? You never stop to think that they weren't born into a great situation and turned into. Like some of them will say, I didn't get jumped in my hood. I was born into my hood.
Right.
So what did you think he was going to grow up to be?
Right.
Run off to school and be a lawyer?
Right. Right, yeah.
And it's sad that they do some of the stuff that they do to each other, but when that's your lineage, that's your lineage.
And you got, even working with Kev Mack, I found out so much about that lifestyle. But generations on generations, like some people were like their grandpa banged and their dad and like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, that's, you gotta, it's like passing the torch, so to speak.
It is. And it's crazy because my husband, when they were younger and they started, my husband was around when salt was created, so he actually came back. I never say who my husband is because he knows that whole group, but he's grown and he went off and went to college and got a good job, and he still rolls through the hood, and they're like, hey, what up, such. But so I never say his name. I never say none of his homies' names. I will say at one of the funerals, the guy who did the funerals for my mom's memorial did the end for the funeral that they just had not too long ago.
Oh, okay.
So he know all of it.
Okay.
So and I always drop my locations, like my. Anyway, dang it, I forgot what I was saying. I said, hey, DJ Maniac, and then I went all left.
Speaking of funeral, I'm curious how you guys feel about the Jewel. You heard about Jewel, right?
I heard about that. Yeah.
So I know she has some health issues, but that kind of hit me like out of nowhere. I'm like, wow. So rest in peace to her. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah,
but that is like Tupac said, right around the corner. Like it's just coming.
Kevin Samuel, rest in peace to Kevin Samuel. Like that was
that great guy.
But as far as Kevin Samuel, because just looking at his outward appearance, he looks like he's a healthy
guy.
Yeah, a healthy man, but obviously, so not to be insensitive, but if he actually died from a sudden cardiac arrest, unless he had like a history of heart issues, and that's like preventable. Stuff like that's preventable with diet and things like that. Even getting an EKG, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, going to the doctor regularly, which I don't do as much as I used to, but because when I got really bad at it, what made me start doing my checkups and blood work and taking my vitamins was that happened to my mom. They took her. She was on the ventilator and all of that for a couple of weeks. Yeah. Ambulance came and picked her up, and that was scary to just sit there but see, my mom was in her, I think she had just, it was right after I gave her a 70th birthday party, which I would never give anyone a birthday party, but it's your mother, you know, your mom is like,
right. And 70, that's a big one, yeah.
She just would not let it go. So, because my sons, they'll look at me like, you never gave me a birthday party. What's the dealio? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have to, and you know, I guess, especially with COVID, because I just had an appointment with my doctor over the phone, and he's like, I haven't seen you in 18 months. Like, seen you.
But like, you know, me and my sister were talking about that, about as far as like healthcare amongst like how the healthcare system treats African Americans. You'll be lucky if you get a doctor that does a full body checkup on you without you even having to ask. It's kind of sad because I've only had one that was like, all right, I'm gonna check everything. I'm gonna check your organs. I'm like, shit. Because I'm used to doctors being like, is anything wrong? Nope. And then you just leave. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But so my sister just recently had a good doctor that checked, kind of find out, not to put her business out there, but kind of find out she had like a vitamin D deficiency. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff that she should have known years ago if she had a right doctor that did the checkup, you know? So I think that's the problem with African American in America as far as like healthcare too.
And especially because I'm the same thing. I'm vitamin D deficient, and there's another one that I can't think of that you'd be like, what? I never even thought about that. But I have a good doctor that makes me. I stumbled across him because the husband's sister's a nurse, and I was having a problem. I just lost my Cigna because something happened at work. And once you go 100 days, once you go 100 days without getting paid, you lose your medical insurance.
Oh, I got you.
And I lost my medical insurance. Okay. So I was like, so she had hooked me into this Dr. Gallegos. I don't know if he's Ukraine or German, but he's either Ukrainian or German because he's got one of those accents. But let me tell you, he runs you from the top of your head to the tip of your toes.
That's good.
Yeah, he's good. And you always feel like you have to do what he says, like it's an order. It's not like he's your dad.
But think if more doctors were like that. Think if like 90% of doctors did full body checkups. You know, like
you got to be proactive with your health. You know, you really have to be proactive. You can't wait for a doctor to tell you this, that, or the other. I do a lot of research, you know, with my health, and I push my doctors to get care for myself, you know, and then if they don't, you know, I go ahead and move on. I have a primary doctor, but I think I've only seen that primary doctor one time. The medical, you know, that I deal with, always just, it's like a large company. So I just say the first doctor available. I don't care who it is. So I kind of sifted through several doctors until I kind of found one that I liked. And we're like on the same page, but I do a lot of my own research and I push the doctors. And if they say nothing is wrong, I said, well, wait a minute, could it be this or could it be? And they're like, okay, you know, but it's a trip because how we talk about CBD and stuff like that, I will ask them a question like, what do you think? Do you think maybe if I was to come off this medication and replace it with CBD? They act like they don't know what I'm talking about. When I say CBD.
They'll be losing money. Losing money.
I'm like, you never heard of CBD? One time I even asked about tea tree oil. You never heard of tea tree oil? Like, really?
But you know, it depends the doctors because when I go for the pain management, I guess maybe because the husband was with me and before he had to cut his dreads off, the lady left. and the other doctor was in there, and I think he was her assistant or whatever. He was the first one that said, go down to one of those shops and get you some CBD oil.
Oh, the doctor said that?
He said, not the one that has the THC. He said, get the oil. Because he said, if you come back, she won't, and you have the other stuff in your system, she won't write your prescription, but make sure. But he wasn't like a nurse practitioner. He was a real doctor.
Yeah, and then they have, I've never been to one, but they have like straight holistic doctors. Like all they do is like holistic. I've never been to one, but I heard they're out there.
Yeah, they're out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've only seen it like on TVs and
right.
shows.
I have a friend who has a holistic doctor, and because of that holistic doctor, she didn't go in to get her fibroids removed. Oh, you know, because that's a big business too, getting your fibroids removed.
I got two family members that suffer from that.
Yeah. I mean, I had it too, and they didn't give me all the information. So I went out and I had my fibroids removed. About a year later, I started having hot flashes, and I had no idea where they were coming from. I thought I was dying.
Wow.
You know, I didn't know that it was going to send me into menopause by having these. So that was information I never had until I literally was at home, feeling like I was dying, went to the ER just to find out that I was having hot flashes from having my fibroids removed.
I didn't know that. I never heard it did that. That's crazy.
It does that because when you have it removed, you know, you're taking away your uterus.
Right,
you know, so you're changing some things down there. Right, so it throws you into early menopause.
Wow.
So yeah, and it took about a good year, but I had no idea it was coming. You know, I just thought I was going to have my fibroids removed.
And so they didn't even warn you like, hey, this might happen. Or
there was no warning at all. Like I said, I ended up in the ER because I thought I was dying. I was like, every 20 minutes or so, I will get like a flood of heat. And I'm like, what is going on? You know,
from the inside. It comes from the inside out. Yeah.
But I told my friend, you know, who had the same issue. She had fibroids, and she ended up getting a holistic doctor out in Inglewood, I want to say, Culver City, somewhere in that area.
Oh, okay.
And she never had her fibroids removed. They started giving her homeopathic things to do, and I forgot what the name of her procedure was called, but it was non-invasive. You know, it was non-invasive, and she had to do a lot of change. She's vegan now. Like, she's changed a lot of stuff, and her fibroids are gone.
So they just shrunk themselves?
They gave her, I don't know everything that they did, but I know it was a holistic way. It was non-invasive.
Wow.
They advised her on a lot of stuff, and her fibroids went down.
That's awesome.
Find that doctor.
Yeah. So yeah, I can.
But you know, you have to remember before we had medical school and doctors, people were still living 100 years.
They sure were. Yeah.
So what were they doing?
Especially if you look at the Bible. I mean, you're talking about hundreds. Like,
I mean, they were having children at 102. They were still having children. So what were they doing?
People dying now in their 50s. That, like, every time I turn around, somebody is dying in their 50s.
Yep.
I had a friend.
And you know, it's funny you say that, because that alone made me like people just dying prematurely made me want to start hip hop nutrition. I was like, man, like even if little old me, I've never been to med school or none of that, but if I could help somebody, you know, like.
So let's talk about hip hop nutrition. What is that? You know, we're gonna pretend like we haven't researched anything. What is that for people who doesn't know what's going on?
So hip hop nutrition, I call it hip hop nutrition because my goal was to implement holistic health practices and add a little bit of hip hop in there, because I'm an MC. Like, people know me as King Real. I rap. You know what I'm saying? So what I do, each episode is different, and I do I've done an episode on BBL, how it's horrible, and nobody should be getting that. And I did my research on that, and then at the end I covered like current hip hop news. So that's pretty much what it is. Each episode is this either health or wellness based. Because my next episode I'm coming out with is actually gonna be on what to do in case of a nuclear attack as a civilian. Because with the war in Ukraine and Russia and all that, people don't know that Russia's right down the street from Alaska. So if Russia fired a nuke, that affects everybody. So so that has to do with like the wellness aspect. So that's gonna be my next video. But that's pretty much what it is. I just do anything that's gonna help you out, like help your wellness out or nutrition or things like that.
Right. I like how you call it hip hop nutrition. And see, that's the reason why I don't smoke too much weed, because all these bombs and all that kind of stuff.
You gotta be alert.
And you know what's funny? I spent a year in Germany. I came back July 2021. But I was working in current operations Europe, Africa. So I was seeing all this. So I knew all this was coming when I was out there because the Russians had already lined up on the border and all that shit. So, so the stuff that I'm gonna be saying, and like I can't give away too much, but basically I'm coming at it as far as like, you know, you are civilians. What do you do if a nuke goes off? Like a lot of people don't know. Like little things that they could do or whatever to prolong their lives as long as possible. So.
Oh, nice! I definitely want to check that out.
Yeah.
So you have all that information on your page. I
do. So Hip Hop Nutrition on YouTube. So far I have 4 videos up. I haven't made a video in like 3 months because I moved. I recently got stationed in Dallas. So I moved to Dallas and I had a death in the family. And so I'm getting back to the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? So the next couple of days I'll have maybe tomorrow. I might do it tomorrow. Tomorrow I might put that episode up. So.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, because
go ahead and subscribe.
Thank you.
When I just put the link up there. Me and my boys are always talking about when we try to keep like extra toilet paper, extra everything.
Yes.
So, and canned goods.
Yeah.
So when everybody went nuts over COVID, we always did it for an earthquake.
Yeah. Especially in Cali, yeah.
So when everybody went crazy over COVID and clearing out all the food and things like that, it made me stop to think like, why you guys didn't have extra things stored up, especially people in California. Why? Because I have boxes of toilet paper that we haven't opened, paper towels, the canned goods we just threw a bunch away because I just realized they're kind of old. But you should always have. In other states, you guys have tornadoes and things like. Why did you run rampant, clearing out stores, which means you were never prepared for an emergency in the first place?
Exactly. Yep. And I'm a victim of that because I wasn't prepared for years. It took my 2 tours in Iraq to like spark that in me. Like, damn, I need to have some fallback in case some. Because I think our current since the Civil War, there hasn't been like a war here in America. So our generation, the previous generation, like we don't know how it is to be in war unless you've been to war. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was just like people need to have a wake up call, so to speak. Like,
well, California
and things like that, like COVID was like a reminder. Like,
I guess
get your house in order. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess in California, when we had that earthquake, when the freeways just fell apart. I mean, that wasn't.
You guys in Cali, you got the San Andreas Fault,
right?
And that shit can any day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but the little tester ones don't get it. Oh, that was only 4.0. Oh, that was just 3.0.
Right.
Oh, so when we get sucked into the earth,
right. And then people also don't think you got Yellowstone. Yellowstone's an active super volcano. So if that goes off, shit, that's gonna split America in half. That's just gonna be chaos.
My 20-year-old, I don't know what in the world. Somebody told him about volcanoes. Do you know he researched volcanoes for like 3 or 4 weeks and kept telling me about them and like how the world was gonna come to an end? I said, tell me about one more volcano.
Hey, that's good. Ain't no wrong with that. That's cool.
Oh no, he'll research something obsessively if you said something to him that piqued his interest.
That's good, yeah.
No, because then he tells me about it constantly. I'm just joking. Oh, something else I wanted to ask you about. And that was great. I'm glad we brought up his whole channel because I just brought you on and started talking to you like everybody knows.
No, that's all good.
Yeah.
This is organic. It's all organic. It's cool.
Yeah. I did the PTSD, which PTSD it's so real because a lot of people don't understand the job. That's not what it was though. With our job.
And going back to that's what I wanted to say about PTSD. Not to cut you off, sorry, but PTSD. People have like I believe people have a one-track mind. A lot of people have a one-track mind when it comes to PTSD. Like PTSD means you have like night terrors, and PTSD comes in so many different forms. Like mine is trouble sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Because both of my tours in Iraq, like pretty much patrolling 24/7, and it fucked up my I guess my brain chemistry or whatever. So now my brain's like, are we awake? Or are we going to sleep? Or,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I had that, and I also had survivor's guilt. That was the thing I had too, because I felt guilty that I didn't go back with my group. You know, because I ended up getting out and going to the reserve. So, and then my last group I had went back, and we lost some more guys. So I had survivor's guilt and all that. But even with PTSD, since I've changed my diet and like started working on my health, it's gotten it's almost like non-existent. I know it's still there, but it's suppressed. You know what I'm saying? And I feel that comes from like just a healthy lifestyle. Me personally, that's what I feel.
I was gonna ask you, do people think that they're in denial that they have it?
That too. Oh, I got vet buddies, man. I got so many vet buddies that are in denial. I'm like, motherfucker, you got PTSD.
Yeah.
Like, and one is sad, man. I just had one out here in Texas that killed his wife and shot himself, but then it died. But he ended up just randomly came and just killed his wife. Now, I'm sure they had some domestic or whatever. It's still under investigation, but I know he had PTSD because I hit bombs with that. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been in firefights together. I know but he was always that one. Like, yeah, I ain't got that shit. Ain't nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
It's sad, man. Until it's too late, and then
I didn't think I had it. I didn't think I had. I thought I was just fine until I found myself in the bathroom in tears. Like my husband didn't know why I was calling him. I'm shaky. I'm crying. He's like, "What the F is wrong with you? Who did it? Where are they? So I can come beat the stuffing out of them."
Right.
I was at a doctor's appointment, and just the room started out with like 2 people, and then just more and more, and it got so crowded, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I got to get out of here."
So yours is anxiety based, then?
Yes.
Kind of, right? Okay.
Yes. It's just when you're constantly, it is funny because I think a lot of people have it. We were training one day. We were all at lunch and we're talking and laughing, and 2 people just started arguing. My whole trainee table jumped up, and we were ready to like go and restrain and stop the fight. And we're at lunch. Like, what are we doing? Sit down. Yeah. Red alert. But I think
y'all were ready.
Yeah, when you've been around so much violence and you're always looking over your shoulder to make sure. I'm a little girl, to make sure no one's gonna stuff me in a closet, and kill me, or rape me, So it was really
I mean, I'm the same way. I don't sit with my back facing the door. Like I scan the whole room. Any room I go in, I scan the room and look for an exit. I look, you know what I'm saying? I size people up on the side. It's just, that's just how it is.
I don't think people, I don't think they sometimes you don't realize you have it until you get a whiff of it. Yeah, because you walk around and you're always like, okay, I'm good. I can come in here.
Right. But it's funny, anxiety, that's why, the human mind and body is so amazing. But my anxiety, I didn't start getting anxiety until like a few years ago. So it's almost like, I don't know where it came. I guess it had to do with my PTSD, but I would find myself in the crowd just sweating and shaking. Like it just started, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, like this is something new I gotta worry about. But for that, ashwagandha helps. Like when I take ashwagandha, I'm like, I'm good,
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I don't know how to spell that though. I didn't know how to say it when it came up. I was like, what is
so
that?
it's like ASH, and then WAG Ganda. So ASHWAG Ganda.
Look at me. I got an
But I think
envelope.
didn't I see OG Steve said he takes that? That stuff is
Yeah.
awesome, man. That stuff is great. I just be
That's
so
what I
cool. Like I take 3 a day, and like an hour after I take it, I just be cool. I just be like, no worries.
I spelled it like as you, and then my niece's middle name Uganda. Uganda. She's her middle name is Uganda. I was dang it. It just comes and then it goes. What was it? Was it the suicidal rate? That wasn't it. Hey, Spaceport. How
You
you
said
doing,
suicidal
pretty?
rate?
I was going to ask you about. Is it the denial of having PTSD? You think does that contribute to our high suicidal rate?
Yeah, I think that, and just denial of having a mental health issue. Period. I think I think it's so frowned upon, especially in families. You know, like the whole suck it up. There ain't nothing wrong with you. I'm hurt too, motherfucker. You know, like
You ain't the only one.
yeah. I grew up in that. I grew up in that. Then, like I said, I saw it in the army too when I first came in. But I think it's that, and then they get to a point they feel helpless. They're like, all right, well, he's telling me to suck it up, and I can't suck it up. What else do I do? And then
Right.
that's your last. You know what I'm saying?
And
And
I
one
was
thing I
talking.
learned about suicide, the people that commit suicide or the people that say like, well, let me rephrase this. People that if you don't take somebody serious that says, hey, I think I'm gonna harm myself, they're gonna end up committing suicide eventually. So I think that was an issue in the army. Like soldiers were coming forward, not to me personally, but just in the army as a whole, coming forward saying, "Hey, Sergeant, like I feel like I'm gonna harm myself. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with you. We were in the same war together, and then you know what I'm saying. And then that soldier ends up not taking it serious. Is what I'm saying. Like you got to take threats like that serious. I don't care who says it. Like if they say it, you got to be like, all right, let's get some help. Let's be there for that person. So I think that's the issue too.
So with the ashwagandha, what milligram is it? Because I see OG Steve said he takes 2 a day, and you say you take 3 a day. Is there different strengths?
I take 3 of, I believe mine's 800 milligrams. I take 3. I take, man, did you see how many or not pills, but how many, like shit, they are pills, but it's natural, you know what I'm saying? But
Capsules.
every morning I take 3 ashwagandha, I take a multivitamin, I take collagen, I take fish oil, what else do I take? Sea moss, I take that.
I take sea moss.
Yeah, I take a gang, but it's all natural. Everything I take is natural, and I just, you know.
I
So
take
you
black
take the
seed
ashwagandha, you
oil.
take it all together, all 3 at the same time, or throughout the day?
I take everything in the morning, and then that's it.
I break mine up.
When a few years ago when my PTSD was bad, like I was like battling depression, I started taking St. John's wort, and that leveled me out. I was just like cool, but once I stopped having the depression or once I felt like the depression had died down, I stopped taking it. So
Nice. And there's nothing wrong with going for counseling. I mean, actually, I live alone, and during this whole COVID, I've been by myself from day one. Now it's better because we're out and about, but in the beginning when we were just like homebound and everything that was going on in the world, and I'm here by myself, like it was so stressful. So I ended up doing online counseling here at the house. So and that was just like my little outlet, and there's really no shame in that,
Right. I was just telling I just commended my nephew because he's like he actually seeks a counselor now, and it helps him out. But me personally, because the VA tried to do that with me, but it's just what me talking to a stranger. I kind of, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, like you said, some people need that. Some people need to talk to. They need an outlet to talk to somebody, and some people don't have nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because some people won't tell their they won't tell like me. Like I'm talking to my son and I'm saying, "Are you okay? Everything good?" "Oh yeah, I'm fine, Mom." But maybe if it's strangers, like they can say like, "My brother is this or that," or "My sister is that, and this."
Right.
So they can do it. I'm a little guarded. So, and I went to go talk to a psych because I was having some real issues at work. And she asked me about my childhood and, just getting over the death of my father and my son. And she kind of said, she sound like you're well-rounded. And I was like, I'm stressed the F out at work. My personal life is fine.
Yeah.
Ask me about that work BS, so.
Yeah. So
I guess,
Lala, do you do once a week, or what is your schedule with it?
For counseling?
Yeah.
I was doing it it wasn't even once every week. It was like once every 2 weeks.
Oh, that's cool.
They gave me a certain amount of visits. But from there, I told them that I needed more intense therapy because I just feel like, when you have, like, I don't know, have you ever heard of that one show, My 600-Pound Life?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it. Yeah.
And you watch it and you notice how Dr. Nat, like a lot of people couldn't lose the weight, and it was something that happened traumatically to them when they were growing up. More than likely they were raped or molested. So it's something you have to get past. And once you get past it, then the weight start coming off. So for me, I'm like, there's things that I'm doing that, I know I shouldn't be doing, but I don't know what it is that keep drawing me back to that. So my next step and I haven't even done this yet, but I want to start taking psychotherapy, because I want to get into the place where I find out what I feel like. I have an addictive personality. If I stop one thing, I start another thing. If I'm drinking too much one day and I suddenly, I might eat too much or, know. So I have an addictive personality. So that's something that I wanted to check into. So I'm going to start.
But you recognize that, and that's awesome. Yeah. That you even recognize
I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed.
Right.
Nothing like that. But, we only got one life. We only got one life. And it's going by fast.
I say that a lot, man. Like, you know how many people didn't wake up today? I say that all the time because it's like every day is a new chance to be better than you were the previous day. And there's a lot of people that are dead today. Like they died today, but all of us are here. You know what I'm saying? So
and be grateful that you woke up today. Because that is my famous saying. My stepfather didn't wake up, and nobody knew he was dead for like a week except for my mom.
Dang.
Because she kept telling his sister, "Go check on your brother. Go check on your brother," because I haven't heard from him. So imagine if my mom wouldn't have been the person that. How long would he have laid there or sat there? He sat there on his couch with a beer on the table and a TV on. So, and then my mom was the same way. My mom, but there was somebody that loved her. My husband found her.
Death is like life's biggest mystery. Like even me, I have a Christian base. You know what I'm saying? So I believe in the Lord and all that.
Yeah.
But so my grandma, just to say a quick story about my grandma, she just passed and she was 106. So she lived a full life, but she passed a few months ago. But what the trip is. So her last day on earth, she was laying in the bed and my cousin was there. My cousin said she kept hearing my grandma like almost like speaking a foreign language. And this shout out to Goob if he's still in here, but this is like a Goob story. but she was like speaking in this language and looking out the window. So my cousin went in there and was like, "Hey, like, you okay?" Aunt Hazel is what she called her. Aunt Hazel, you okay? And she would look at my cousin and be like, "Yeah, I'm good." And she would go back to talking whatever out and looking out the window. She died that night. So you know what I'm saying? So that I think her death, as far as me, made me get more spiritually aligned. I think that was what was missing for me. I was so concentrated on the health and all that, but I wasn't like spiritually getting myself together. You know what I'm saying? So it's like death is like a blessing and a curse. Like it's a curse because you don't want that person to go, but it's a blessing because it makes you like, man, I need to start working on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like,
Right.
It's a trip.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And but that's what I was saying last week. Everything is a lesson you got to learn from. Like, you know, when my son passed, he didn't pass, but he killed him. I could have been mad at the world and hate everybody. It's always a lesson you got to learn. You know?
It's a hard lesson, yeah. Yeah.
Who you telling?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And you know, he wasn't a gangbanger or anything. You know, he went out, he liked to make music. He was going back to school to learn how to do the machines better. He worked nights part-time. You know, he was a good kid. So and
I'm sorry to hear that. That's horrible.
Yeah. I never over it, but I had a good kid. I could have had a kid that was a gunner, you know. Right. I didn't. So, but that's why I said you have to learn from everything that comes your way. And if you don't, then you miss the boat. Yeah. You know, you miss the lesson in it all. You know, so and that's why it's since we learn now. My son was depressed. We call it his Eminem phase. Everything, he always had Eminem music on. He had a hat on and a hoodie, and you couldn't say nothing to him, or he'd bite your head off. He was a football player. He played football, so we were like, he hated his school. He hated the football team. They actually kicked him off the football team because he had lost his position, not because of his grades. I don't know what was going on, but he was on the scout team, so he had a list of everybody he was going to hurt that started. So, yeah, after the third player he hurt, they were like, you cannot play anymore. Yeah. I was like, what is going on, Eminem? And I'm like, what do I have to do to make you better? And he looks back now and said he had no idea he was depressed. I thought he was just grieving his brother. But I was like, no. He was like, no, I was depressed. I was really depressed.
So what got him out of it? Did he see counseling or?
He went to college and took away somebody else's starting position, and he just started doing that. I think he needed something good to happen. Yeah, I think he just and then his life just started to blossom. I don't think he ever got over, because I still see him sometimes. He'll just call me for no reason, have nothing to talk about at all. He just calls me, and I think he's feeling a little sad.
But you're his light, so you help.
Yeah, so I don't think he's ever completely gotten over it, but I think that changed. He got out of the hoodies and playing Eminem all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it does it, and I think depression hits a lot of families, and
of course, yeah.
And I think, like we started at the top of the show, I think we handle it differently now. Like especially with Lala, you went to talk to somebody. That's how you do it, and that I know I have an addictive personality also, because everybody in my family does. So I think that's the reason I never got into the drug wave, like, hey, let's party on Friday nights. I did go to parties on Friday nights, but I was like, you can pass that right past me. Just because my dad had me when he was old. So my grandparents raised me.
Yeah, mine too. My dad was 50 when he had me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my dad was already bald, and he was in his in his 40s. He died at 63, and I was 23 when he died. So as you see, he was old. Yeah. So watching, the alcohol was bad in my dad's side of the family. Like everybody died from some type of cancer. They smoked and drank. Their basements, because we're in New York, their basements ones looked like a straight bar. Like you walked into a bar.
Yeah.
my grandmothers, they had the pool table and the bar. You know, they had the bar and the pool table. So at night, my grandmother and grandfather down there smoking like crazy, playing pool, drinking. You know, I'm a little girl. They're taking care of me. I'm in 3rd grade. This was my norm.
Yeah.
My daddy out working, you know, because they had retired. My grandfather, no, he still had his bar, but my grandmother had just retired from. She had a beauty salon. She had just sold it. So.
Okay.
But my grandfather still owned his bar when I was out there. I don't think they sold it till he passed. Yeah. So yeah, but that was, you know, growing. That was normality, and then you grow. You're like, all these alcoholics.
It's crazy what's normal in our families growing up, and then you don't realize it later. Like, damn, that was fucked up. Why were we doing that?
Yeah, right. You know, and I find that when I have my best friend for 20-some years, whenever I really need to, my secrets have died. Anyone that can like make my life miserable with everything I've done terrible in life, they died with my mom.
Oh.
Because you do really have to ask somebody to talk to.
Yeah,
I was going to ask, do you think, because I always say writing, you know, if you're really hurting, I used to write my pain into, I see everyone thinks I'm crazy. I never kept a journal of my deep, dark pain. I always tore up whatever and burned those things so that no one could ever see it. But I just had to get out. You know, when you cry, what you write. I never kept those.
So I did in the beginning. I used to, especially in Iraq. I wrote so many songs in Iraq, but like the last few years, it's been the gym. I just go ham in the gym, and that's like once I leave the gym, I'm like, I can breathe, you know.
Yeah.
So it's more like nowadays, but it used to be I used to just write and go ham writing, you know.
Yeah.
But I that's why I loved working on shout out to Kev Mack, but I love working on his projects because I got to release so many emotions on the songs I was doing, because a lot of those songs were like autobiography type songs, like about that person's life.
That soldier. When you did that soldier is deep.
Yeah. And that was a fictional story. I told Kev the story, but I just like woke up one day and I was listening to beats on my phone and that beat came on and I just wrote it. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like I don't know. It was like something supernatural about that song. That's like my favorite song. But
that's why I used it in the promo.
for somebody that's never gangbanged so dope or nothing like that, it's like it's like when you see movies like Boys in the Hood, they put themselves into that character. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt like making that music for Kev. Like just like put myself, you know, like for Little Looney, like he gave me a script and I was like, I think Little Looney would talk like this, and I would, you know what I'm saying? And I'll make the song. So those projects will forever be like, you know what I'm saying, like great ones. You know what I'm saying? In my eyes,
and it just, I don't know if you guys have a video out for it, but just listening to the song and you can see those parallel lives.
Yeah.
Like,
no, we're gonna make a video, but we haven't made one yet.
Okay.
Sorry, I got interrupted.
I was like, they're calling him out.
No. Oh, good.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We what happened with Golden State?
Where's old G-Lew at? G-Lew ever
He out there. He out there.
Oh, is he? Okay. What's up, G?
He's in the booth doing all the mixing.
Okay, I got it.
So, I know we're about to. I went over the hour, and I'll still keep asking questions because we were so excited about this show. We couldn't wait for you to come.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Yeah,
it's been an awesome conversation, much needed conversation.
It has been. Yeah,
right.
That's why I said it's not really an interview. We just gonna have a conversation.
Yeah, we talking. Yeah. This is family.
Exactly. And I know we waited because your grandmother, and that's why. Because we were excited, and they were like, "Oh, we gotta wait." So,
And everybody go ahead and subscribe too to his channel. I just did. So I'm under Cannabis Sensations when you look at it. I'm under Cannabis Sensations. But I've been checking it out. I like your one. You have a video, no smoking, stop smoking.
Yep. Yeah,
I can't wait to look at that one.
Yeah, I did the no smoking, and that's coming. And that's like I said, that's coming from me. I smoked from age 16 to 30, and I'm 42 now. So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of that stuff I speak from experience. Like I did it myself. I smoked like a pack and a half, and you know what I'm saying, with all that shit. So.
Yeah, I used to smoke Newports, and I used to smoke Black and Milds, and then I stopped. Yeah,
that's exactly what I did.
And then I had stopped smoking both for like 10, 11 years. And one day I'm sitting in a donut shop, and there's a Black and Mild. Who the heck sells Black and Mild in a donut shop? LA.
This is in New York, LA.
Oh, yeah, LA. Surprised you can't buy booze in a donut shop in LA.
Oh, man.
And it started again. So I smoked Black and Milds for like, not Newports though, Black and Milds for like another 3 years. I stopped. So I don't smoke those anymore.
So how did you stop?
My son, my 20-year-old started smoking them.
Oh. You just like cold turkey?
I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I smoke my little hookah pins because they taste like cotton candy.
That's you know, the vape is vape is way better than smoking the actual shit. So.
A Black and Mild, which is eight Newports in one Black and Mild. Yeah, so I act like I wasn't.
What's funny is the way I stopped smoking. I was at work and I went outside. I put the cigarette to my mouth and I was like, I just got like a bad taste in my mouth and I threw it out and I haven't touched it since.
Well, I hate to tell people the reason I stopped smoking Newports because it's such a terrible story.
Now we got to hear it.
You know, because you know how your kids always say, hey, well, maybe not everybody's kids. My kids always say, hey, what's the worst thing mom ever said to you? Funny game, right?
Yeah.
So my oldest son, little David, rest easy, he would always give me statistical reasons why I should not smoke. So David was tall and kind of chunky until he started going to the gym. Then he got kind of strong. So I said, yeah, little David, well, eating a Snicker bar every day isn't good for you either.
Oh, no. A Snicker bar?
If you could see the look on his face, like I smacked him. Never smoked. The look on his face was that for me. Never smoked one again. It was over. I was done.
Wow.
Just you could, when you demoralize your own kid, was it worth it? No, it wasn't. So it was over. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put you on camera since you're back there making faces. The whole world is gonna know who the husband is. He didn't say one word. You kidding, Grandma? Yay? Oh, you making you a? Oh, the husband is in here making a Cadillac.
Oh. I ain't had one of them in a long time.
Man, that's what we do in this house. Usually purple Cadillacs, but we don't have any Chambord right now. He quietly pulling the Patron out. You hear him make one sound when he came in, right? Oh, that's funny. That's how. Then usually he asks me to make it, which means he's not making me one, right?
He got the big cup for himself, huh?
Yeah. My son came over the other day. He was looking at my bar. My bar is right there. And he said, do you buy anything? Is anything cheap up here? Because he's going to try to steal something.
I'm just saying, I can't do cheap liquor, man. I can't.
The cheapest thing up there is this little bottle of Don Julio. It's a little shot, but I drank the shot. But the bottle was so cute, I kept it.
Yeah. But you know, like back in the day, my first liquor I drank back in the day was Mad Dog 2020. Great.
Mad Dog 2020.
And all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So nowadays, I'm like, I need some I need some top notch.
If it makes my chest burn going down, I can't do that with you.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about it.
No.
Paul Masson and
Oh, that was my when I first left the first husband, my first boyfriend, because I was making $6.50 an hour. So my first boyfriend was a Christian Brothers.
Okay.
Then I graduated to some Paul Masson. I love me some Paul Masson. Paul Masson got me through about that's an $11 an hour.
My homeboy, he makes money and he still drinks that. I'm like, damn, bro.
No.
Yeah, graduate.
Shoot. Then I got that promotion, and I jumped from $11 an hour to $22 an hour, and me and Martell got married. Martell, Remy Martin.
Yeah. So what vodka do you drink?
Vodka, I drink. I'm like, I like Diddy's.
Tito's.
Oh, I had Tito's, but no, I like Diddy's vodka, and then my what is it that we drink? Belvedere.
Belvedere's, that's my
yeah.
Belvedere.
It's the other one too.
Grey Goose.
Grey Goose. Make panties get loose. That's what G-Lew say.
Yep.
But I love my Diddy's Ciroc. I still love my some Ciroc.
Ciroc is cool, but I think Ciroc's like number 3 for me. But you know what I'm saying?
I like it because he puts flavor in there, and I could just take straight shots.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't have to mix it with nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, and then my tequila. Don't play with me with my tequila. I got some Diddy tequila up there too. So. And
what's the name of Diddy's tequila? I forgot.
Me too, but it's because that Grand Marnier is sitting in front of it. Yeah. So,
Patron was my shit though. I haven't drunk tequila in a long time.
Oh yeah, Patron is sitting up there.
Yeah.
It is the if I get a little bottle of Patron, it's gonna go too fast. We make too many margaritas, so I get the biggest one Costco sells.
Yeah. Lala, what you drink?
She said water. Yeah. Oh, she on narcotics. We're not trying to kill her.
Yeah.
She just had surgery. And I sent her like a dummy. I sent her a bottle of wine after she had surgery. But I love wine.
No, but I've had my fair share of alcohol. But that's something that hopefully, like, I don't even want to go back to. Just to be real, I really don't even want to go back to it.
Not
Maybe
even wine,
it's a blessing.
Like a red wine, or?
Well, for me, it's like just a little taste on my tongue. I'm like a vampire. I'm gonna want more.
Shit. Okay.
I can't just have a little bit. That's why I say I have an addictive personality.
Yeah.
So maybe, this surgery, the opioid, maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
Right.
Because now my cravings for alcohol, are pretty much gone. Like, I don't even think about it like I used to.
That's cool.
So, now I just need to come off the opioid.
Yeah, right.
Well, when the pain is gone,
Right, when the pain is gone, maybe I can just come off and be fine. I had a bottle of wine that DD sent over to me for a while before I actually drank it. But I don't have those cravings for alcohol no more, and that's a blessing. Hopefully, I won't.
Yeah, my thing is, it's like I'm getting old now, so my ritual is like get home from work, shower, change, and just have like a glass or something. That's just my shit. So,
Right.
So
honestly, I kind of want to go back to just smoking my herb.
I would if I could. Yep.
Just smoking my herb, mix it with the CBD weed, so it won't be as potent, and it helps for pain and all that. I just don't like the psychedelic effect from it all the time.
Yeah. How do you feel about edibles?
I'm scared of edibles because I don't know how much to take. Because I'm the type of person, I'm not a blunt smoker. Sometimes I roll my little joints, but I'm a bong person. I like to just,
like rip it?
Huh?
Like rip it? Like a, damn.
Yeah, I put some in my bowl and, I kind of know how much I can smoke. I'm telling you, you don't want to be around me if I smoke too much.
Yeah.
You don't want to be around.
Man,
But
last time I smoked weed was like 1998. And it was like some red hair, some fucking some dirt weed or some shit. But I watch Viceland. I always watch Viceland, and the weed they got nowadays is like shit. Like they got some crazy shit, you know. Like so when I do retire and I start smoking again, I'm gonna have to like take it real easy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Right. I mean, I'll get up and show you something right now. It's like, you know what? I just found out that one of my neighbors is a farmer. So he actually brings over like, because I use it for my products too.
Okay.
And a lot of it. So it's more clean. It's not that amped up type of weed. I don't like that amped up stuff that they have at all the shops.
Yeah.
You know, to be sticky, sticking all to your finger. Like, what the heck is that all on?
Yeah.
Well, so there's a difference though, right? Between was it sativa and indica or something like?
Definitely.
Sativa's a body high. Is that what it is?
Well, they say that's
a head high.
Yeah.
Sativa is a head high. Indica is a body high, and then you have hybrid, which is a hybrid. It's a hybrid. It's a mixture of both of them. So out here, I do like the fact that they label, everything, so you can kind of go in there and see what you need for whatever type of ailment that you have.
Right.
But but for my products itself, I just use only CBD, period. Yeah, I either use isolate, distillate, or for my pain spray, I actually use the actual bud, but it's the CBD bud itself.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But what I smoke, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to. I think my perfect blend's gonna be like a CBD, half like sativa or something like that. I don't know if they probably do make some.
You can make that yourself. Actually, the CBD comes in the mail. You can order that in the mail. It'll come USPS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then I have a friend who just moved to Texas. He just moved to Austin, Texas.
Yeah, that's like 2 hours away.
Oh, that's about 2 hours away from you. Yeah, I don't know what they have out there. He showed me what they have, what he got for $30, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it was this little tiny bit.
They got him.
Thanks.
Yeah, but so they don't have shops in Texas or anything like that, right?
No, I see. So what the fuck what is Delta 8? I see a lot of Delta 8.
I want to say that's a strand, a strand of wheat. They have all kind of different names.
Yeah. Well, so I'm from Denver, so I'm used to seeing like a weed shop with like every other block. You know what I'm saying? But here, all I've seen is like it says like CBD and it says Delta 8 or something. I don't. Like I said, last time I spoke was 98, so I don't know about none of that shit.
I'm gonna look that up really quick. Delta 8, because I think I saw that before too. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I get lost in these conversations because I just know. I know sativa.
All these names too. Like sometimes I look at like my boy Loco's channel, Loco Christian. He's always like, yeah, I'm smoking on some birthday cake, or I'm smoking on some.
Yeah, I know that birthday cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. G-Lew,
that's just like names.
Yeah.
G-Lew said it's like CBD, no THC.
Oh,
CBD. Okay. No, it says it's a psychoactive substance that gets you high, and it's actually on the sativa plant.
Oh, okay. Oh, gee, Steve, you haven't drank in
It
over
makes it more
year?
intense. That's basically what it is. It's gonna make the sativa plant more intense.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. That's cool beans, OG Steve. Over a year. Good for you. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, that's good. Good job.
I haven't drank in only time I haven't drank in like a year, I was pregnant and breastfeeding.
I was deployed.
So I'm so proud of you. I'm like, I think
I like my liquor, man, but everything in moderation, right? So
right, yeah.
I have like a 1-2 drinks, something, that's my thing.
Well, you look, I have a 2-shot minimum to go to sleep every night, so
yeah. That's cool, yeah.
But
and you know what? Oh, I don't mean to cut you off, but based
No.
on what I'm reading right now, I would not want to deal with Delta 8. Just reading up on it right now. People have vomited, hallucination, trouble standing.
No.
It seemed like they're trying to pass it as THC, but is highly psychoactive and it's definitely not safe.
I'm good.
Oh, they're taking it because you could pass a P test. That's why they're using it.
Yeah, so it sounds like a synthetic. That's what it sounds like.
So like what's that? What was that called? Spice, like spice.
Yeah, it's saying that it's a natural cannabinoid, but it's on the higher psychoactive side.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't fuck with none of that.
I don't need to see nothing. I already hear voices. I don't need to be. Don't be adding all that extra stuff in there. I'm sorry.
But hey, that brings up a valid point though. Like people that have that, you know, like their mental's already like that, they should stay far away from that.
On the real.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Maybe having Delta 8 in
I had a boy that was in Iraq with my last tour. That motherfucker, so he had the most kills out of everybody in my patrol team. But he talked to himself all the time. Like he'd be on the gun, he'd be in the gunner's house just like, yeah, what you doing tomorrow? Oh, I'm just chilling. Like straight up and down, man. But dude was a killer, you know, like so I don't know what he was battling, you know.
Yeah.
PTSD. But you know what, after he's gonna be even worse because those
he's in a live-in. He's like in a psych ward, but it's like a live-in community or something. He's gone.
Yeah, cause my dad, we were traveling to we had just left Vegas. We were driving. My dad didn't fly. He drove almost everywhere. Sometimes he would fly because we flew in he drove in from California and we flew in. We're driving back to New York. Now my dad was in the Army. And my dad was in the war. He's like, do you see him, baby girl?
Big devil.
I know, that's my guy. I was like, no, I don't see anything. He said, you don't see them. They're right there. They're right there. This man reached to get his gun as we're driving. I was like, that. So what he was seeing is the cones that separate the highway. Yeah. So my dad was about to start blasting.
Damn.
OG killer. I was like, I'm screaming at him like, if you shoot anything, I'm getting out this car. Are you crazy?
The only time I loud noises like I'm reverted back. You
that too.
Like if it's like a loud pop or anything, I'm just reverted back.
Yeah.
But then I snap out of it. I don't like start choking off and shit. But
you know. And they're scary to live with because that too. I'm cooking dinner. I'm 17. I'm living with him back in New York, and I'm cooking dinner. I drop the top, and he jumps up. We used to play Jeopardy and stuff like that together. Wheel of Fortune. He jumps out the chair and starts running towards me in the kitchen. I'm like, Dad!
Just random?
No, I dropped something.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
And my mom was like, she had never seen that side of him. How could you not? Was it just he loved me so much?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because he had gotten older, and craziness started setting in. But no, I'm driving with him in the 6th grade to New York, and then this time I'm 17.
Yeah.
I was like, that PTSD is no joke.
Yeah.
So, but I could always like snap him, like, Dad.
Snap him out of it. Yeah.
What are you doing? Yeah, but it was scary. So that's why I said I know that they could hurt somebody if they don't take care of it.
Yeah.
And that's really, really scary. So.
And I was worse off. I was worse off before I started taking care of myself, like health-wise and all that. If I would have kept going the route I was going, like smoking pack and a half a day and diet, all fucking, I probably would have lost my mind too. Who knows,
Right?
Or just done something stupid.
Oh, Big Dad said, "What do you do to help cope with PTSD?"
So with me, I think it's diet. Like I changed my whole diet. I take a lot of like herbs and natural remedies, and also with me, since I'm a Christian, it's like my spiritual alignment and going to the gym and just relieving stress that way. I believe to keep. I don't. This is the thing. I don't believe you're truly ever cured of it. I think you just can keep it at bay, and I think mine's at bay. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, and I stay at home.
Yeah, mostly me too. I go to work and home or the gym. You know what I'm saying? I don't go to. I ain't been to a club in years. I don't do none of that. Like you know what I'm saying?
You
Plus,
think I play?
I'm 40. I'm about to be 42. I can.
Hey.
Those days is way back.
Man, I graduated high school with Moses, so yeah, I sit here and watch dumb things on TV.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm just reminiscing. Like, yeah, I used to do that. You know.
Yeah. Back in the days, I like. I always tell everybody I like lavender oil. Whenever I'm.
Oh, I love lavender oil. Yeah.
So
that's another thing I do is incense. Like in the house, I always have incense going. So this like smells is like kind of like therapy for me too. Like good smells and all that, you know.
Yeah, I have my son won't let me burn incense. I had incense. I love the smell of incense. He took all the incense out the house. Some of my sons are I love them to death. Certain things they don't play with. Incense, sage, Jesse. In my house, that's just not happening. They'll be like, nope. So I have a diffuser to blow my beautiful smells.
Diffusers are cool. Yeah. I like diffusers.
I raised them, and now they come back and be telling me what to do.
Isn't that what happens?
Let me tell you, my son brought my bank statement over. He had opened it, and he said, I didn't see any. He said, I didn't see any fraud or anything, and gave me my bank statement. Like,
wow.
I don't say nothing. He's a lot bigger than me. But I guess that's, I used to do this to my mom. So I said, I'm getting back what I did to her.
Yeah.
But I'm not that old. I am nowhere near 70. At all. But they know I get, I mean, a lot's happened this year. So he's just looking out for me.
And it's crazy. It's only May. You know how much shit has happened? And it's only May. Like that's crazy.
I know.
People that have died and all that. Like,
and now they don't repeal women's rights. I remember.
I meant to ask about that because I didn't watch. I usually watch CNN every day, but did they pass that bill?
Man, when I was right before the show came on, I watched YouTube in the news, the CNN. It said bill to pass, and meant Democrats not doing nothing about it. I couldn't watch it because the show was getting ready to start. I was trying to find our show.
Yeah.
I was like, how can you tell me if I'm pregnant with my daddy's child, I have to keep it?
Right.
Are you for real?
How can you tell a woman how to like it's a woman's choice, you know what I'm saying? That makes no sense to me.
I'm a weirdo when it comes to women's rights. I have this thing like it is. I can't tell you what to do with your body. If you feel it's not what you should do, then keep that to yourself.
And especially as a man, I can't tell a woman what to do nothing with her body. You know what I'm saying? That's like I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't think we should use it as a form of birth control because by the time I was pregnant with my first son, my cousin had 3. Like, girl, if you don't go buy a condom, thank you, Big Devil. I understand that.
Good looking, Big Devil.
But to tell me if my brother decided he would, or my uncle is a pedophile, I got to raise that. I got raped.
Wait, you say your uncle's a pedophile?
No, she's saying hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically. I hope he's not.
I got it. Okay.
I don't have any uncles. All my uncles are dead now. So my uncles that came from Cuba, I think all of them are dead now. They were old when they brought us here. And then my dad had me old. All my uncles are dead. I have no one that I say uncle anything to, unless they come from my cousin's family.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that if and I don't want to accidentally use one of my real uncle's names. I was gonna say T.O. somebody. Imagine he decides that I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna say I got raped in the alley. I got to keep that kid.
That's what's fucked up. That's super fucked up. Yeah.
But I bet you if your mistress, Mr. Republican, is pregnant, because we've heard those stories, I bet she would have to keep that kid.
They're made or something.
They're made, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. Thank you, OG Steve. You guys are the greatest. I'm just saying, I just think that's sad. I think that's sad.
America's just in a America's in a really fucked up state right now.
Yeah. Oh, but you know what I said? First it's this, and then it's I don't care who you marry, but they're gonna take away gay marriages. Then they're gonna take away.
That's the thing too. I don't. What you do what you eat doesn't make me shit. I don't give a fuck if you're into dudes, chicks, like that doesn't have nothing to do with me. So
me either, unless you're gonna come pay my taxes. If you don't pay my taxes, I don't care what you do. And then they're gonna take away the fact that blacks and whites or blacks and Mexicans or you can't get married. Think about crazy. This. Because they said that to that Supreme Court about her being married to that white man.
You know what they're doing? They're edging towards civil war. Because the Trumpettes are fucking crazy.
Oh, they are. But think about when they go back and say, "Hey, when did we ever say black people were really a whole person? Aren't they 3/5 of a person?" Y'all not paying attention. Y'all not paying attention.
I'm with it. Yeah.
DD, King Real, it's been so nice.
I know we've been on
my
here
knee
for
is starting
long.
to bang. I have to start walking around on it right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you.
And G-Lew is gonna kill us because this is an hour show, and we've been on here an hour and 41 minutes. Thank you, King Real. This conversation just couldn't stop going.
Yeah. I'm having fun with y'all. Yeah.
I love it.
I love it. Die anyway, though, so I'm cool.
I know, and my co-host, she's the one that keeps me right where I need to be. She was like, DD, girl, you not do it. That's why I love her. That's why she's my co-host. We mush together well. Thank you so much, King Will.
Yeah,
we got a lot of information, and we loved having you here. And next time you got to come back and talk about your music. I did post that YouTube channel in the comments. Yep.
Yeah, I think he needs to come back.
Every
definitely
platform,
talk about
King Real. I'm on iTunes, Amazon, everything. So
So download his music. Go to Hip Hop Nutrition. Follow him on Instagram, and we'll have you back. And the G was like, you can't have it back with the music. That's all me.
Well, me and G-Lew gotta do a song. That's like long overdue. We gotta do
oh my gosh, that would be fire.
Yeah.
Yes, indeedy. So we love you.
All right, love y'all.
Go ahead and play that video so we can check us out of here. Thank you. I'll hit you up tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Right.
And I really got to hit you up, Angela, tomorrow.
As I joined the army, going to boot camp in the morning. He joined the hood, the homie was walked on. He'll join it now. Yeah, I got all these drill sergeants, they be teaching me about all my warrior tasks. He got all these OGs in his ear that's teaching about the game. I be at the range, I'm learning my weapon, I'm taking my target shots. He be on the block, he shooting at enemies, watching that for the cops. I graduate boot camp, now I'm a soldier, repping the army for real. He gets his first skill of arrival, and now as respected, he loves the thrill. I go to my duty station in Korea, I'm partying, loving the chicks. He goes in this 2 years in the county for robbing and doing some licks. I get in a few fights in the club, I'm young, I'm acting a fool. He holding it down in the county, he beating the rivals and thinking they cool. 2 different lives in world, 2 different paths they both have served. One for the army, one for the 60s, both of the lies I turned. Now they got stepping in the club and I'm feeling good. Tony T is on the beat and he is from the hood. Plenty women in the club with the tight fits. Booty big, chest big, ladies showing love. About to get my drink on till I say so. And that won't be the late, bro, so I'ma drink mode. Dancing with the fine fish, she from Vallejo. I'm feeling good, making money on the payroll. say, homie, MCA is in the club too. A legend in the building, making all the club move. Bobbing heads, hot chicks on the dance floor. White woman, black woman in the brown too. Can't forget about the Asian woman looking nice. I'm loving all the flavors in the club, they looking right. And it's your birthday, girl, time to celebrate. Buying drinks for your baby, have a good night. I'm so nice, I'm King Will, rapping Colorado. I'm baby cake with Kev Mack up in California. And we can get this thing popping for the club though. Shake your booty, baby girl, little booties.
Hey now. This was so much fun. We just totally let the time get away from us. And it was great. King Real is so awesome. Both of those songs on the videos are King Real. They're on Kev Mack music. Go check that out. And shout out to Kev Mack. We love Kev Mack. I'm so sorry. I'm exhausted. You know, it's so crazy. Like, usually I spend my Sabbath, like, you know, Bible study, watching movies, my shows, or watching something stupid on TV. I spent like 4 hours on the phone with my sister, my big sister today. So, hey, shout out to big sisters around the world, because she's a nut. We had so much fun. Hey, last night's interview was Bombader, right? That was some good. You have make up the stupidest words, but that video was really good. I think my ears clogged, so if I'm talking loud, I truly apologize. Also, tomorrow is Oldies Rule Forever. Don't miss that. You know, that's not only the #1 rated show on YouTube, but in our little catalog right here with G-Lew also. We love Oldies Rule Forever. And we got Monday. We have Big D and G-Lew Keeping It Real. Love that show also. So I am about to go check on this Cadillac that the husband made. And you guys have a good time. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hey, like, subscribe, share, and check out my books. Oh, shoot, Ola. I wanted to give out some books tonight. Hey, if you're still hanging out, DM me. And these are my little notebooks. I was going to say, because I like to write down all kinds of stuff. I was going to give out 2 notebooks tonight. DM me if you're still here. DM me. I'll send them to you. Shoot me an address. Good night. Talk to y'all later.